No regret, no wish I hadn't done it. You murdered me in public, then walk away freely, and you justify by vilifying me on the TV. Exposed. Pull out your camera phone, hit record. Exposed. Get on the horn, call your city man. Exposed. If they ain't looting, don't look like you. Exposed.
We got the incredible Hugo Monster on the show.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Thanks, man. And, appreciate your time. And yeah, I've been listening to your new album non-stop.
Thank you, man.
Anyone wondering, checks in the mail.
Checks
Incredible.
in the mail, man.
The CD's not even in here. It's just been constantly on my car. In my car.
And that's good, man.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was missing too. You know what I'm saying? Like, take advantage of the fact that people just don't even change the CDs out anymore just because they don't have enough CDs anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been every time I go to work or come home or go anywhere, Hugo Monster's playing.
That's what's up, Thomas, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, definitely. And can you tell us how that album came about?
Oh man, dude, man. I had that title for that album for a minute, right? I think me and Limit Break, when we finally came up with the title, I think we were just like, I think we were in the first phase of the album, because there was a part of the album where we had some of the songs that are on this particular version of the album didn't make the final cut. So it was a process. So at the end, we ended up going back, taking some songs out, putting some new songs in just to keep the vibe going, and a lot of that was like Limit's mindset. He's like really the mastermind. He's like a Voltron, and like the crank,
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right, here go, let's do some more songs. And then we ended up doing some more songs, and it ended up fitting, man. Initially it was just me and Limit, and then when the project came to a halt, we went because he was working on 2 albums at the time, and then he had told me like, yo, Hugo, I don't want to promote 2 albums at the same time. Let's come back to it, and I was like, okay. And then when that happened, I started working on another album because I just felt like I needed to release some music. So so a year passed by, came back to it, because he was always working on it. We were always working on it. It was in the back of our head that we're gonna drop this album out. And I remember in January, I was like, yo, I called him. I think it was the first. I was like, yo, Lemon, man, we're gonna put this album out, man. Come on, man, because you can tell me the truth, And then he starts laughing. He's like, yeah, man, we are. Just, I'm gonna get back to it, So we're like, that's the cool thing about, as we like keep each other accountable in a sense, like, they're just being honest with each other, like, hey, man, where are we at with this? And then because the album at that point, I think on the first we had all the songs. It just needed a few more. Needed like 2 or 3 more songs, and then to go back into the studio and revise some other ones. And then yeah, man. And then when Pablo came on, Pablo's a longtime friend of mine, and when we asked him, when I was like, hey, man, you want to be a part of it, like a featured artist on the record, kind of like a Bulletproof Wallets, Ghostface featuring Raekwon or some similar like that, And he was like, yeah,
Right.
likelihood of my friend Pablo saying no is very, very low. And he's just gonna be like, yeah, it's music, let's do it, and we've been friends forever, so we got on it, and here it is. And then when I came up with the title, it had always had that line, checks in the mail, baby, because of Spider-Man. And I was like, that's it. That's the album. That's the album name. And then the intro came out pretty dope. I think that's kind of like besides our raps and all that other shit, I think just having something that I liked as a kid, especially somebody like Peter Parker, that voice actor behind that says it's so dope. And I remember watching that scene, particularly as a kid, and watching, Spider-Man just not care anymore and just scare the hell out these villains, and yeah. And then when he says that, he says it with so much gall, so much arrogance, and yeah, and it was symbolic to me, like I'm, because it's 2 meanings for me: the checks in the mail, in a sense, like putting in the effort, the time, you know, that's what kind of what that means, paying your dues. And there's the other side of it where it's like, you know, the checks in the mail. I'm a whatever comes my way, I'm gonna pay the price for it. You know, you know. So, but yeah, hope that makes
Definitely.
sense, man.
No, it makes sense. I love that, man. You have some awesome tracks on there too. There's not
Thank
one
you,
bad
man.
song on there. I really love
Hey,
my
word.
favorites.
Thank you,
I
man.
like Exposed,
Oh, okay.
Foot on the Neck, and
Put
also
on next.
your track with the MC Wicks as well, Reshape the Spot.
Oh yeah,
That
man.
was
Wiz came
cool.
through, man.
That was
Wiki
awesome.
Smalls.
Wiki Smalls, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I heard him say that shit in the song the other day. That shit made me hella laugh. I was like, that's so dope. Cause
Yep.
that dude has a lot of charisma, man, and there's something about him that's just, you know, you wanna work with him,
Yep.
and I'm happy that I got a chance to work with him too. So it's
Yeah,
dope.
he's very cool guy. I've
You
done
know,
2 interviews with him now, and he's just a special guy as well. Like,
yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah, that's how I
glad.
came across. Yeah,
Well,
once when yeah, because I follow Wix, and then your interview came on, and then
well,
after that, I just went down a rabbit hole. I started watching the ones with Planet Asia, you know. So it's pretty cool, man. Channel's dope.
well, thanks very much, man. That's really cool. I always wonder, yeah, how some I connect with some people, and it's cool. I get to meet awesome people like yourself.
Thank you, man. You're out in Australia too, huh?
Yeah, Western
Ah, man,
Australia,
that's crazy, dude. We're international.
international. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
That's what's up.
And I love
Yeah.
you're into all the same stuff as me too. Like I love my Marvel, everything.
Oh
Like
yeah, man.
yes,
Dude, my giant man came in today. It's like this giant
man,
size action figure. You
that is
know,
crazy.
I couldn't put it up vertically. Yeah, I'll show it
Yo,
to you. It's in that box over there. It's right there. Big A for the Avengers. It's him. But I,
well,
I I couldn't put him up vertically, so I had to put him up sideways and shit. But
yo,
yeah, man, I haven't had a chance to open up no toys lately, which I guess
man,
is a good thing. Been busy with all the music and shit.
yo,
So but yeah, but then also because my fucking space has been all weirded out.
yo. Yeah, it's just that's what I started following. I was like, man, you're in the same stuff as me. As you're just a real cool guy. So yeah,
Hey, what's
I'm
that's thank you,
following you,
man.
man. And you're talented, man. How long have you been making music for? Like,
Um, I've been making music, I would say, since I was like officially made up my first rap song when I was 17.
yo,
I probably dabbled into poetry and maybe some lyrics writing, mainly poetry when I was like 14, 15. But 17 is when I really, I was like, let's give this shit a try. Like I told my homie, I was really into initially it was just really just to get at girls,
yo,
the poems at least. But when it came to like writing, there was always something for me to um it made me feel good, man. I needed something to when I wrote music or when I rapped, it gave me a sense of pride, a sense of being, like I want to do this, let's try it out, you know what I'm saying? And in some instances, I've always kind of been uh like I'm gonna try and figure this shit out. I can get better at this because initially I sucked. I think we all suck at the beginning. You know, I didn't know how to get on beat. I had too many bars in the verse. I mean, too many words in a bar,
yo,
so I didn't really know where to stop and pause. But I know that I the more you do it, better you get at it. And yeah, man, it's just been excuse me, turn that off. Um, it's just been more of a um at the time, because when I was younger, I wanted to play sports, but I really wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I thought I was good, but
yo,
but when rap came along, it really gave me it was my thing.
yo.
You know, so unfortunately, I've been just going at it, working more, trying to get the pen right, um, trying to make sure I present myself in the best way that I can when I'm making music, and most importantly, never to forget to have fun, because
Yeah,
um it it's something about it, man. Sometimes you go to a show, you hop on a cipher with some friends, or and you just enjoy the camaraderie around each other. You know what I'm saying? We're all here just trying to rap. Yeah, we have ambitions of blowing up and all that shit, but at the end of the day, at those particular moments, your mindset is to have fun. You know, so
definitely. Man,
Yeah.
that's cool. And do you use the same producers all the time, or like, and
Um, well, this one particularly, this was the first time I ever did an album with Limit Break. I've done
yeah,
a few songs with him before, but a
yeah,
whole album um was with I did with him. Prior to that, I used to work with my longtime friend Charlie Chinggis, and he did a lot of our early records, the Unleashed, the Carry On, no, excuse me, the Mon Rocks, I think Ugo the Ugly, and he did Clear, and the Off the Top Check One album. So I had that's about 5 albums with him, and
yeah,
then eventually I did a one with my friend Noah, and then one with Chef Mike from Detroit. So um, yeah, I tried to. I know, and then I did one with Pavo, who was the featured artist on the album, the
yeah,
last record, which was Trial and Error. So I think what I try to do is to work with one producer per album.
yeah.
You know, the only
That's
time I
pretty
really
cool.
had like a integrated where it was like multiple producers was like the very first album. That was with my homie Tito and Charlie,
Yeah,
like So, but yeah, I mean, I try to work with whoever,
yeah,
and I've done songs with other producers like Chill the God, but she makes some awesome beats. Burnt Bacharach. Um, I'm over here drawing blanks, but and a few songs with the Cup Beatles. So yeah, um,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
this
man,
one's awesome. Yeah, it just puts you in like a, I don't know, not like a time machine or something. But it just sends you to a different place.
that's
It's
dope. You know
cool.
what's cool about that album too, man? That I think about, it's like we're all from the Bay Area. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
cool.
And it's other than working with Carlos and Noah and Pavo. Pavo's mainly I don't want to say mainly, but he's done a lot more rapping than he's done producing. But like this has to be like the I guess the second album where it's like it's it's people from here,
Yeah,
from this particular area, and it's pretty dope. And that's how it turned out, you
yeah,
know.
that's pretty cool. I love the video too you did for Exposed.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
That was
Yeah, man.
cool.
So, it's funny, it's behind the story behind that. So, my kids, they play soccer around that area. And, they were doing a bunch of like reconstruction one day. So, one day I'm like, everything's all like the streets is all demolished and all that shit because they were doing construction that day. And I thought to myself, I was like, it'd be cool if we did a video. So then, I hit up my friend Sack Century, who shot a lot of the videos, Expose, One Last Thing, and then he mixed the new video that's gonna drop this upcoming week, which is I See You.
Yeah,
Um, I ended up hitting him up and we met up early in the morning. Um, it's funny, man, because when you wake up early in the morning to do hip hop, it's like, let's go. And we end up meeting over there in Alameda, and yeah, and we were just, we that video, I think a lot of the scenery in there helped the video with the shit that I was saying, kind of, you know,
yeah,
bring it to life in a sense.
yeah. It's awesome visually. That's what I thought was cool. I had to ask you about that one.
Hey man. And then we found like there's a part in the video where I'm like in this kind of like shipment trailers, when you see at the docks, it's just
Yeah,
one's open, and I'm like, hey, I was Tomas because that's his name, Tomas. Like, hey, can we shoot in here? It's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. So it's like it's a lot of it's a lot of like
yeah,
improv. Let's shoot here. Let's see how it looks. And the cool
yeah.
thing that he said, it was like, there's a lot of light out right now, and because a lot of
Yeah.
the time when you're shooting, you're always worried about the
The light.
lighting, but if
Yeah,
we woke up early, we got a lot of the shit going that day, and so it turned
yeah,
out pretty dope.
yeah. It's definitely. It's cool. I want to ask too with talking about Pavo before. How did you two guys meet? Have you always
Ah
known each other?
man. Yeah, dude. I've known that dude since fourth grade.
Oh
Some of
wow.
his mom, his mom and my mom, or and my grandma, or they all knew each other because his sister and my brother went to the same school.
Yeah,
So at a point in time, my grandma was babysitting his sister, and sometimes Pablo or Juan would come over,
yeah,
and like Juan was always he was like 2 years older than me, so he was like a sixth grader and I was a fourth grader. So I've always tried to hang out with that dude because I thought he was cool,
yeah,
But sixth grade, fourth grader is or I think he might have been in seventh grade. It's just it's a trip, it's a big age difference at that time. So he's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to hang out with this kid, you know. So it wasn't until we met back up in high school, because we always saw each other and knew each other, that we
Yeah.
started um seeing each other. You know, and I always kind of knew he rapped, you know, and he knew I kind of dabbled in like poetry. So when he see me, he'd be like, "Yo, Hugo, what's up?" You know,
Yeah.
and then eventually it wasn't until like um I think I was out of high school or getting out of high school that him and my friend Carlos, Charlie Chingus, who they end up making music together, you
Yeah.
know, and then they live like two or three a block away. So I'm on on the street and they're on the other. And you know, and well Carlos is on the other, Charlie, and then Pablo's up the street. So it's like a 3 block radius, you
Yeah.
know. And so I remember going one day, I had put my music, I had made an album rapping over other people's beats on a CD. And I ended up going to Carlos's house. And I'm like, hey guys, you know, I made an album, man. I want to share it with you guys and shit. And you know, and I remember them telling me the story when I did that. Juan was telling Carlos like, "Dude, Hugo got his shit on CD. What the fuck are we doing?" You know, and me in my mind, I just want to work with these guys, you know. And eventually, after that, you know, plus we known each other, we start, you know, making more music, and you know, we're friends.
Yeah.
You know, I at that point in time was his hype man, so I would, you know, hype him up on stage, you know, learn all his lyrics and shit to the point where I would write the lyrics on a paper just so I could be prepared because that's the type of person I am. Like it's
Yeah.
because I don't like I like to reduce the I don't want to look like a fool on stage not knowing shit basically. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so I try to remember as much as I can, and then eventually me and him start making music together. I
Yeah.
think it was like 23 or 24. He hits me up and calls me on the phone. And he's like, "Yo, Hugo, you want to do a fucking album, right?" And I was like, "Let's go, one." So we ended up doing this one called. We became a group since we were already good on stage. You know, me and him meshed pretty well. We called ourselves Check One. You know,
Oh,
and it was produced by Charlie Giant, and we ended up making a few songs, man. And some of those songs we got to like perform at pretty cool places and venues and shit. So
yeah.
um, yeah, man. So yeah, man, it's a trip because but with this album, you know, it's me and him. You know, we've
Yeah.
been doing this shit for hell long, so it's very special.
Yeah.
You
And then
know,
you
so
finally did an album together. That's cool.
so yeah, and it's dope, man. It's like the experience rocking with your friends and and doing music with people you like. You
Yeah.
know, is important.
I feel like everything came together really well on that album, down to like, you get album cover, your track
Yeah,
listing, the CD, which is in my car, so I can't show it
shout
now,
out,
but
man. Thank you, man.
just
Big
everything
up to Will
about it.
3 Eye, man. He made the cover to that, man.
Yeah.
And on the vinyl, Ed, he ended up shooting a bunch of pictures that we ended up putting on the back. But yeah, man, it all turned out pretty cool, man. And the reception to the album is pretty great, you know.
Yeah, man. You're incredible artist.
Thank you, bro.
And this has put me onto your older music as well, so I'm glad
Hey.
we found you. So yeah.
There's a if you ever get to see it, man, there's a song called like That Papupusa, and it's like I'm eating like 20 pupusas, and I don't know if you know what pupusas are, but they're like these flour they're like it's a big tortilla and it's hella cheese in it, and
Yep.
then these little things called a loroco. Anyway, I'm eating like and they're like this big and shit, you know, and I'm eating like 20 of them. Well, in the video on it. You
Yep.
know, I gotta eat 20 in like 20 minutes or something, and that's what that ended up turning out. So I'm like sweating in it. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm glad you checked out the albums and shit, man. It means a lot, man. Because you know, in terms of like promoting and all that shit, like there's been a lot of work going,
Yep.
you know, towards making sure that all the content, all the promotion I've made it, you know, it's been happening for about a month now. So
Yep.
and and
Definitely.
yeah,
I love everything you're doing. I want to ask everyone this. What advice would you give to someone starting out?
dude, I would tell them keep writing. You know, this shit isn't overnight. You know, there's you know, get used to failing, you know, and when you fail, yeah, punch a wall, dude. You know, do what you got to do to get all that shit out. Cry if you need to, man. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you don't quit, man. You know, like I tell my kids, like if you when you fall, man, just get back up. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. It's normal to fail, but it's not okay to quit. That's my thing. And and just keep pushing, man. Try new things. There's a lot of resources out there. You know, there's YouTube. There's other rappers who've gone through a lot of shit. Like, you know, see how they do things.
Yep.
You know, so don't feel like you're alone. And if it's causing you a bunch of grief or anything, you know, take a break. You know, this shit, like I said, it's fun. It should be fun for you. You know, rap isn't paying the bills. Let's be real. You know, it it's something I love doing, and it's something that I put a lot in. And you know, I have aspirations of one day making this. You know, I'm gonna have aspirations of making my full time. I mean, my full time, my part time, and this more of a full time kind of thing.
Yep.
Um, you know, but you know, move accordingly, move with caution, you know. But more at the end of the day, make sure you, like I'm saying, make sure you pay attention to your music, make sure you have fun and be presentable as possible in terms of your presentation. It's like have a good work ethic. Don't show up
Yep.
to work on late. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yep.
don't ask for shit. Listen, you
Yep.
know. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to ask too, what's been your like one of your most exciting moments so far,
Um
or highlights?
I I like to say going to Ohio. Going to
Yeah.
Ohio,
Yeah.
mean Elogic and Blueprint were pretty big moments for me, man. You know, I've been there. You're gonna hear my kids that are gonna come here, but
That's cool.
oh no, oh my wife's here, cool. But but you know, going to Ohio, I think that was the first time that hip hop ever took me outside of California to go actually create some art. You know, I've done
That's cool.
tours, you know, two tours in my life, but like I've never been on the East Coast. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So going on a plane, you know, and meeting those dudes, because those dudes are dope, man. And like they're a resource in terms of like Super Duty. They do a podcast and
Yeah.
they talk about their ups and downs. And you know, me, I like to hear that shit,
Yeah.
you know, and it's dope. But yeah, that's you know, doing a video with a Logic and then doing this last video with Blueprint have to be one of my you know, biggest accomplishments, I guess,
Yeah.
and one of my things that I really smile at, you know,
Yeah.
and then this album too, you know, like right now it's really getting it's getting people are listening to it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and it's pretty cool, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. Is like you gotta keep making music. You don't know where the hell it's gonna land. You just want to make sure that you just don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be a zombie at it and be at it till you kill it. You know what I'm saying? And it's you can't stop. And yeah, I had like worse moments too, like or
What was
funny
your
moments with
yeah,
or
what was
funny
your
like
worst one?
oh well, I guess there's this one time when I was battling, man. I was battling. It was like in 2002. That was that when I was in college or 2003, and they had this MTV had came to the university at Cal State Hayward or Cal State East Bay at the time, and I was battling, and I remember it was like I think my first time battling, going up on stage, battling some dude, and then me and him go back and forth. If I rap, he raps, right?
Yeah.
So they point at him, and the crowd goes, "Boo!" Yeah, boo! And then they point at me, and they boo less. So I won by default. So when I think about like those memories and shit, you know,
Yeah.
it's yeah, man. I mean, that's you know, at the time you're kind of like, oh man, you know, you dread it a little bit, but you keep pushing, you
Yeah.
know.
I want to ask
Yeah.
you, is a Chuck D situation on the back here?
Yeah.
Executive producer, is that?
Yeah, man. So Limit Break has an album with Nordic One on that label. So when we got done with the album, you know, we were trying to figure out, you know, excuse me, a home for it, you know. And so, you know, Limit already had a relationship with that label. And so we pitched them our album and they came back with like, yeah, uh it it sounds like something that's similar to our sound, you know, and yeah,
That's
they
cool.
took it. So I thought that was pretty dope too, man. You know,
That
so
is awesome.
that's the first time it's ever been on a label like that, and to have a Chuck D as executive producer, that's pretty tight.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. That's awesome.
yeah.
And I love how you throw these lines in there. Like you have to be a fan of stuff to not like, put your hands up like you're hailing a Hydra. Uh, like shit like that is
Oh
cool.
shit! Oh yeah! Ooh. Oh man!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny, man.
It's
I
cool.
saw
I
someone do
love
that at
it.
school. I saw that someone do that. I don't know if it was like a graduation, and we were going like this. And I was telling my brothers, I was like, "Hey, man, they're hydrangeas." Start laughing and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, man.
What's what do you got planned? What's next?
So right now is to keep pushing this. We got a new video dropping on Tuesday. So and then to keep pushing that, we had just I just got done doing an interview with Limit Break and Pavo talking about the beats. But after this album, I got a few shows coming up. And one here in Albany here in the Bay Area with Senor Gigio on 1 a.m. And Limit Break's going to be doing the tables. It's going to be pretty dope. And Pablo's going to be on stage with me and shit. So we're going to be doing a lot of the new songs.
Yeah.
But after that, focus, go back to into hibernation and start, writing.
Yeah.
I'm always writing, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, like I think about um like what's the next project I'm gonna do, you know, it's gonna come. I'll probably figure out who I want to work with in terms of producer wise. But yeah, keep writing and and when it's time to go to the next record, do the same thing in terms of what I did for this record in terms of the promotion,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, actually, who's your favorite X-Men?
Oh man, dude. When you said that, I was gonna say Wolverine, you know. But yeah, Wolverine. It got to be. I got hella
Yeah.
Wolverine action figures.
Yeah, it's cool.
I got I always like Gambit.
Yeah.
This new X-Men 97 really made me like Cyclops a lot, you
Yeah.
know. So
I just
like the
started it
X-Men as
yesterday.
oh yeah? Oh dude. Hey, when you watched that, how'd you feel? Because
Yeah.
when I was watching that, I was like, oh shit, oh
Yeah.
shit.
I just watched the
Oh
first
man.
episode because I just finished the original again. I wanted to rewatch it all.
Oh, okay, dope.
And I was like, man, like the animation looks like way different. It's cool.
Yeah, but it has that the cool thing about that particular show is they look like the comics.
Yes.
A lot of
Yeah.
the other cartoons then
They,
they don't,
yeah.
you know. They look like them. And yeah, Cyclops was so badass in that shit. Like
Yeah.
and when he does the thing with his eyes, the beam blast and then he just scoots up like
Yeah.
on some Moonwalker Michael Jackson shit.
That's
I was
cool.
like, holy shit. And I'm like
Yeah.
looking to the left, to the right to me, right? And it's my daughter and my son. I was like, oh yeah. They're just excited because I'm excited, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh shit, is anybody watching this? It's almost as exciting as when I saw that Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney. And
Yes.
then when Darth Vader does that thing,
Yeah.
does the Force and holds the ship, I
Yeah.
almost lost my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, is anybody in the house? No one's in the house. I
Yeah.
forgot, and I'm like, this shit is just dope.
That was
It's like
crazy.
there's just like certain moments, man, that when you watch, like they just get to you, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Who's
fair.
yours favorite X-Men?
I would have to say when I was a kid, I used to like Morph. And
Morph, yeah, okay,
yeah, and then it went to Gambit. I'd say now
damn it,
Gambit and Wolverine. I don't know. I can't between. I always go between those three.
dope, dope,
But
yeah,
yeah,
man. But as a crush doll, I used to always like Rogue, you
yeah,
know, yeah,
yeah. Rogue.
that was Rogue, yeah, yeah, and Psylocke,
Yeah, Psylocke. Yeah, Aaron Rogue. I used to have all the
but yeah.
cards.
Yeah, yeah, dude. My friend Carlos, Charlie Giant, he has all the cards. I've been
Wow.
trying to get that fool to give them to me. So
Yeah,
every once in a while, I'll be like, "What are you doing with those cards, man?
yeah.
Are you really a fan? Give them to me." Trying to figure out weasel my way into getting these cards.
Get him. That's sick.
So
You got to get hold of him.
yeah, man. So, but yeah.
Man, I won't hold you too long. I'll just couple more questions.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
know you're
man. Go ahead,
busy.
man. I'm here all
And
day, dude.
sweet.
I'm off daddy duty right now, dude. We can chop it up, dude.
Well, what's your top three movies?
My top three movies. Well, my I've been trying to my one of my favorite movies is as a kid, even till now. I mean, is the first Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You know, I've been trying to get my kids to watch that shit with me, but they never want to, and it bothers me. You know, but they'll watch the the animation ones. But that one as a kid,
Yeah.
um, that's one. You know, what other movies, man? Uh, why do I feel like I had to say The Godfather too? But I feel obligated. Um,
Yeah.
but in terms of I don't know, man. I'm caught at a crossroad. So I would say the Ninja Turtles for sure because that's one movie for me as a kid that I still like.
Yeah.
Um, one that always left an impression on me too was the first Terminator. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the whole fucking Sarah Connor and shit. Like, get up, soldier, get up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so, and he was always spooky to me too. You know,
Yeah.
that the way it was filmed,
Yeah.
it's like walking in the exoskeleton,
Yeah.
and he's like with a limp, but it was just I was like, holy
It's
shit, if you
fair. It used to
fucking
scare me, yeah, when I was a kid.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, but yeah, I mean, those are the only ones I could recall at the moment. You know,
Yeah.
are you into a
Definitely.
lot of horror movies?
Um, not so much horror. When I was younger, I used to watch like the Freddy vs. Jason.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Watch that movie. But yeah, my
I used to
kid,
try to watch those when I was younger, but mainly for the soft porn.
yeah. My kids are obsessed with horror though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't watch it, dude. I'm still trying to get these kids to sleep by themselves, dude.
Yeah.
Every day, one time,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like seeing a kid in the middle of the night when you're not expecting it is some scary shit.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm like because I wake up early, right? I'm waking up early. I'm in the kitchen cooking some up, and then my daughter, she was shorter than she was now in her long white tee. She comes walking, she's like, and I'm not paying attention to her, and she says, "Papi," and then I look to the left, and I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like, oh man. One time I'm asleep and then she comes into the room and she wakes me up and all I see her is her face right here. And that shit spooked me, man. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, don't do that. Because I'm also too like a wuss when it comes to like scary movies and ghosts and all that shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
But
me too.
um,
I was but yeah, the only ones I've really seen is Jason. I don't like all the paranormal
oh yeah, yeah.
shit. It freaks me out.
Yeah, dude.
But
Oh, no,
yeah,
another movie that probably I think about now. I probably always like Signs, Gladiator too.
yeah,
But
Gladiator's
Signs
awesome.
Signs was always tripping me out because I saw that movie in theaters, but I remember feeling,
Me too.
oh, excuse me, huh, Mia? Oh, hi, baby. She don't scare me now, but
Yeah,
but no, and I remember in particular in that movie where they see the alien at the kids' party, and I remember just my
yeah,
heart beating like
yeah,
there's only a few times that I've ever felt like that. The second time was like when I watched that last episode of Breaking Bad,
yeah. That was
and you don't know
crazy.
whether or not Jesse is gonna kill Walter,
Yeah,
and like what the fuck is gonna happen, what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like when your heart's pumping and the show's going, those are they're like, damn, I'm involved. It's got me. If they drop a fucking Walter action figure, I need to get it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe you said that about Signs too, because that movie, I seen it at the movie when I was a kid too with my friends.
Uh-huh.
And that one had an impact on me till this day.
Oh
It
yeah?
scared the shit out of me. The cornfields,
Yeah.
the dog going off. I just remember like
Yeah.
being a
Or like
kid.
or when you see the hand underneath the
Oh, the
the
door.
door and they
Oh,
cut it with the knife. Yeah, like, oh
that.
shit.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, you're like, yeah. That's one thing about his movies. Mike Shallenham is it's a lot of it's you're thinking what's going on in your head,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It's all
Besides
mental.
the because he always has some point at the end of the movie or some turning point. I forget what the right term is, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Seen them making a new Gladiator as well. The trailer for that.
yeah, I want to watch that too.
That'll be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Let's see. I want to see what the hell Denzel's doing in the movie.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors. So I'm gonna
Yeah, one of my oh well, you know what? One of my favorite movies too is the he's in it. It's called Fences.
Fences. I
I don't
need
know
to
if
check that
yeah, I
out.
don't know if you ever seen that one, but yeah, like the dynamic of the of him and of the father of him because he's the father and his son is it's up and down, you
Yeah,
know.
okay. I think I've seen
And
clips for that, man.
yeah, that shit always gets me. I'm like, ah, shit, I can't watch this shit. I want to be
Yeah.
alone,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, this is. They
Yeah.
say when as you get older, you start becoming more. I mean, I think I've always been kind of emotional, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you
Affection
get more
more.
teary eyed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched The Walking Dead. Like, there was this one thing where it's like
Yeah.
there's this part where the dude's about to like, the soldiers are convincing him to kill a young kid,
Yep.
and he can't do it. And for some reason, I'm watching it. I just it just hits me, and I start tearing. And my wife's like, why are you crying?" And I was like, "I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I
I
think
don't know.
when you have kids, it makes it's
Maybe
different as
right.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Who's someone that you want to work with one day, like an artist?
I've always, you know, um, well, I've got to work with a Logic and Blueprint. That's fucking dope, man. When I think about it, I was like, oh shit, man.
Yeah.
Uh, I always wanted to work with Lift, Mr. Lift. You know, um, Mr. Lift. Um, maybe one day maybe I'll holler at Cannabis. Because he's always been one of my favorite rappers, or if not my favorite rapper. Especially when I was young. Like I like that whole Can I Bust album, like it gets a lot of shit. People don't like it,
Yeah.
because of the beats or whatever. But like when I heard it, I was like, man, when he said shit like I spent so much time in the studio I had to move in, or like
Yeah.
he says other shit like um I survived the Holocaust like a roach, something, something. Or
Yeah.
and plus second round knockout is on there.
Yeah.
Um um he also said something like something you can't I'm over here butchering this shit. Um Suckers aren't even remotely close to me. To be
Yeah.
nice, you sacrifice things like no sleep, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's and
Yeah.
creating concepts so deep, fools quote me. They recite my rhymes to their homies. I
Yeah.
survived eons long ago. In 97, something, something I'm gonna blow. But yeah, and he would say some
That's
other shit too,
yeah,
like
nice.
like with more lines than 100 pair of Adidas, with more lines than the Bible quoted from Jesus, with more
Yeah.
lines than 100 herd of zebras. You
Yeah.
you ain't fucking with cannabis in the but
Yeah.
like it was just that shit to me. I
Yeah.
always like you know
Yeah.
say
What's your biggest influence now?
now, man. You know when I think of like maybe Black Dot, man. When I think of Black Dot, like when I'll go back and I'll listen to his records, especially the one he did with Danger Mouse, and
Yeah.
then the one with the blue cover. It's like the same cadence all the time, but it's perfect. And and when I hear him, it's like I think this dude's like mastered rhyming, like to a point where it's like it's just coming out. Every word, every like it got hella multi-syllables, but everything is just so perfect and intertwined, it's not because sometimes we might get folks might want to get super complicated with the rhymes, but I think his shit is complicated, but to a point where it's also listenable,
Yeah, you know what's
and
going
it's
on.
an enjoyable, and it's like everything is just perfect about it. Like and like it gets to a point where it's kind of like you forget that he's even fucking rhyming words, and you're
Yeah.
so involved into it. So I'd say him. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a good choice as well. I like Black Thought. What
Yeah.
about favorite group? If you had to pick a group,
If I had to pick a group, first one comes is probably Wu-Tang. It's like because in that particular group is it's so many beasts, man, and everyone's another s- I would say like Inspector Deck is one of my favorites out of Wu-Tang.
yeah,
You know, and then him he got a subgroup with Czarface too. But yeah, I would say them just because it's it's crazy, man. Like having so many MCs on one song and then being able to share the space and still make a dope song with that many rappers.
yeah, so much talent in the one room.
Yeah. And you
It's
don't have to necessarily kind of like not every song has to have everybody, you know?
yeah, they're still
Yeah.
coexisting. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like what you're saying, but yeah, they managed to make it work with everyone who they have too. It's cool.
Yeah. Um, like maybe LL too, man. Well, oh, well, I'm sorry, this is not a group, but like in terms of rappers, like
Yep,
he had a big influence on me, like in terms of like style, delivery, you know, and then the most recent album he dropped with Q-Tip, they produced that album is so dope. Like, and I like how that one song called Black Vigilante and they got Snoop Dogg in it, but he's not doing other than saying a few things in the chorus. And I
yep,
thought that was dope because you don't have to
yeah,
you don't have to have hey, I just need you to do this one part, and use it more like an instrument
yep.
for that sake for the time that he's on the track.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be awesome to work with Snoop too. If you, he'd be
Oh,
cool.
that'd be dope.
Yeah, for sure. How long did it does it take you? Did it take you to put a song together? Do you have your process where you lock yourself in a room, or what? How do you put a song
Well,
together?
now it's more of a I wake up early and I try to, cook some stuff in the morning, you know. But a lot of the time, with the family, it's kind of like um if my job is to complete the song, I'll give myself like a week or so, you
Yep,
know, or I ask like for example, I think um last song I wrote was with Pablo, and then I think I did a verse for one of the tracks, and then um about a week or so. Because sometimes like there'll be times where I'm in the like for that particular song for some reason I was waiting on I had like a gig going on and I was in the car. I was like, cool, I have some time to write. So, I'll write something in the car on the phone and then, come back to it a few days later, maybe revise it. But a lot of the time, like for example, like that checks in the mail song, the that shit got done in about I was saying about in a span of 2 weeks or so,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know. But like but I had it on my phone, write it on the train, you know, and then and then I had like I think it was I had wrote the first and second verse on the train, and then I remember finishing the third verse to it um later in the day on the phone while I was sitting down, because it's kind of hard, man. Because right now it's kind of like what I to find like because all the shit that's going on, with the family and all that. So I try to make sure that when I get some time, it's early in the morning.
yep.
That's when I have time to cook. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, appreciate it. I wanna one of our final questions. What's your message to the world?
man, I'd say if you got things to do, if you got something that you want to put out, make sure that to understand that it's not a race, man. At the end of the day, you should get some type of a rewarding feeling from getting stuff done, and all the other stuff like that comes with it. It's really just whatever, man. But you gotta focus on what's in front of you, and that's the art. That's the music. And if you focus on that everything else comes, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome message too. I appreciate you coming on the show and
Thank you, Thomas, man. Thank you for bumping my shit, for having questions, and for taking the time
checks in the
to
mail.
watch. Hey, thanks, bro.
Everyone get it. It's awesome. You won't regret it. Yeah, I love it.
Hey,
And I'll make some clips too. I love that song too, with the Bruce Wayne line that you have as well, being a billionaire. That gets me as well. Like I love
oh man.
how you throw everything that you love into your songs too.
Yeah, it's a lot of that's dope. Because sometimes I don't even know. It's like it just comes out, man.
Yeah,
I
I love
remember
it.
one
I
time
hear it and I'm
Pop.
like, yeah, that was good.
One of them lines on there that makes you always laugh is that Doomsday line.
Yeah,
The Kal-El, Superman Kal-El line. But yeah, man,
yeah.
dope. Thank you, bro.
No, always, man. Thanks for coming on. Well, yeah, we'll have to keep in touch, man. You're a cool guy.
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
Thanks, bro.